Sagay to Nigerians. Say, stop accusing Buhari of disobeying court orders. Chairman Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption, Professor Sagay, yesterday told Nigerians to stop accusing the President, Muhammadu Buhari administration of disobeying court orders. Addressing reporters in Abuja yesterday after a roundtable discussion on a proposed bill on the Jury Service Act, he said rather than seek facts, Nigerians always jumped to negative conclusion whenever a judgment was passed and the accused was not released. In the case of Sowore, he said, I think somebody should go and interview the DSS and find out why, instead of jumping to conclusions, which are usually negative conclusions, he said. Sagay said he discovered that quite a number of judges were either corrupt and would therefore ignore the evidence brought or biased as they might have a relationship with the person under trial. Executive Secretary, PACAC, Professor Sadiq rather said to fight corruption and ensure a sane society, all hands must be on deck. Hence, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, represented by Christian Irabo from Office of the AGF, said the federal government had insisted that integrity is an important criterion for public office holders. Chairman Senate Committee on Anti-Corruption and Financial Crimes, Senator Sulaiman Kwari, said establishing the jury courts would help the present administration in its fight against corruption and other criminal offenses. So guys, Professor Sagay saying Nigerians always jump into negative conclusion anytime a judgment is being passed. And he said Nigerians should go and ask DSS the reason why Sowore has not been released. That's why is it that people always put all the blame or accusing the president of not obeying court order, that they should stop it. Stop it. It's not the right thing to do. But the question is that, do we need to ask DSS when most of the time DSS is always making statements, this and that, through their spokesperson, Peter Funaya? How many excuses have they brought before the Nigerian people to the public domain? He has said it, and those excuses are not tenable. The question is that he would have answered the question, why is it that the DSS is requesting to see shorties before they will be the gentlemen will be released? They are not just going straight to the point and coming back again. So I was talking about this the judges, that most of them are biased or they have a corruption cases against them or something. You know, at times you just be wondering that if truly that these guys are not, you know, with the power that be presently, would they be saying such things? You know, with their kind of person, with their kind of people, with the kind of person is Sagay is. If peradventure, you know, is not part of this government, would he have been saying the same thing? That's the question we are talking about. We are not even talking about the lawyers and all of that. Anybody who is corrupt and is found guilty, you know, should be dealt with. That's not what we are talking about. But the one that the court has said, okay, release the person, what are you waiting for? So does it mean they are telling us that the DSS is not under the presidency or is not under the executive? I don't know the correlation between what he's saying, that Nigerians should go and ask the DSS. Is Sagay professor not in this country when DSS, you know, has been making different types of statements, and which, you know, they are not resonating with Nigerian people. All those excuses, they are not resonating at all. They are not adding up. I don't know why these guys are like this, and it is really rampant to most Nigerians. What I always say is that the ones that are complaining, even we that we are complaining, if peradventure we are with the ruling party at any point in time, are we still going to be standing and be saying the same thing? Are we going to be saying the same thing if we are benefiting from the government? Will it be possible for us to be castigating the government anytime they go wrong? That is the question, because the ones who are outside now, as soon as they get in there, it's going to be a different ball game entirely. The ones that are talking now, because the same people who are there now, we know what they used to say before they came in. Now they are there, but they are saying different things. And if we have society like that, we can't move forward. Not at all. We can never move forward with this kind of attitude. When it concerns us, oh, anything anybody does, it's inconsequential. But if we are outside of the game, oh, we'll be talking, we'll be saying all manner of things. If we have this kind of attitude, we'll never move forward. And that's why I always wonder the way some people think when they talk about Sowore, that Sowore was one of the people that brought in this government. If he brought this in government and the government is not doing the right thing, is it bad for him to complain again? Some people would tell you that, oh, Sowore, he couldn't win election because he couldn't win election. And I can tell you, say it categorically, that the number of votes that Sowore got is very, very clean and no dents, compared to some people who have, who had, or whether they have, or I don't know, millions of, I've said it before, millions of votes. Is 33,000 is stainless. Is stainless. Nothing is not no dent at all. So what are we talking about? So because he contested for election, so things are going wrong, they shouldn't say anything. I don't know why they are raising that he said because he couldn't win, then he has to remove the government. If somebody wants to remove government, you want to overthrow government, is that the way to remove government? So you want to tell me that Sowore does not know the meaning of removing government, because that's what those supporters or those who are just the sympathizers of this government, that is what they are saying, and that is what they are being fed with, because they started it. Oshobole started it. As he started it, some people are, just bad wagon. They will, whatever you say, they will just follow. They don't even want to see through, or they don't want to even see look into what you have said, whether it is right or wrong, because you are their person. Everybody will start singing the same thing. I don't know when it has become a crime, because he contested for an election, so he does not have the right to call for good governance. Is that what they are telling us? If someone wants to overthrow a government, are you going to announce it? Even the same president that is on seat now, if really, since he's a military, he was a military person, if somebody wants to overthrow you, he knows how it's being done. Is this how they do it? You now announce to everybody, the whole world, that want to overthrow. They're just trying to play to the gallery. So like I said, it's 33,000 votes. It's clean. It's on a clean ground. You can't say anybody did anything. He got it. But those ones that got whether they got billions of votes, we know what went through. We know how they got it. So what are we talking about? So because he contested, they shouldn't say anything. So that by the side. But what it is Sagay is saying is what we are just concerned about. That we should go and ask, Nigerians should go and ask the DSS why they did not release Sowore. And I'm sure the professor has been in this country since since this case started. So you shouldn't tell us to go and ask DSS. Didn't you see when people were manhandled when they went to DSS office? So it's really pathetic. Most of the time people tend to cover the truth, and it's not going to help us in any way. Not at all. It's not going to help us. And let's hear what people are saying. Nigerians are really reacting to what a professor has said. Someone says this man called Sagay is having a good time insulting the intelligence of Nigerians in this Buhari's administration. He is a typical example of the nihilistic role some of the sub-minority arrogant politicians are playing to destroy Nigeria's democratic system. To accuse judges of being corrupt in order to justify why Buhari is not obeying court orders is an unforgivable insult to Nigerians and the rule of law. Evidently, he has been the main lawyer advising the Buhari's government not to obey court orders. The NBA president should strip him of NBA license for misleading the president of Nigeria. Sagay should step out of his misguided megalomania to realize that power is transient and that he will definitely be liable for his treasonable actions when he leaves the umbrella of power. That's a submission of somebody. And someone says this is very unfortunate. It's coming from someone of such caliber. What then is the function of the judiciary if its decisions can always be overruled by the executive? If you feel the judiciary is too corrupt and therefore isn't competent, why not scrap it altogether? Anyway, I know what you mean. The judiciary is only competent when it rules in the executive's favor. When all the courts upheld the election of Buhari, they weren't corrupt, right? That's what somebody said there. Why am I in this part of this world? These people did not in any way qualify to hold public office. This man is his son. Maybe he is in comfort zone, forgetting that there is tomorrow. That is what I'm always saying. When they are overfed, they have everything at their disposal. They don't care about other people. In as much they want to please their boss, they can do anything. They can do anything. That's why even when things are going wrong, the best thing is for you to resign if you have that integrity, but they will never do that. Instead, they will be defending what is not defendable. They will be defending it. That is the problem. That is the problem. Most people, the ones that are honest are not there. And like I always say, the foundation of this country is faulty. It's faulty. Even if you see somebody who is really competent, who is honest, as soon as the person gets there, the person will be I don't know, the person will be trapped. Let me use that word. The person will be trapped. It takes extra grace for the person to say, wow, I never knew that this thing is going to be like this, or I'm not really making headway, from my original plan in changing things, changing narratives to the positive thing. Then let me just resign. It is very difficult when you see that you see people saying that I really want to resign, that I can't cope with this, I can't continue with this, I can't continue with this. Most of the time, if you cannot join them, if you cannot beat them, you join them. And that's why you always wonder that people that you always thought that they're going to make, change the narratives, make things happen for the betterment of the people. As soon as they get there, they still become so docile. We see majority of them that people have been calling resign if you think things are not going on well. But majority of them just like, if I cannot beat them, I join them. Or maybe in one way or the other, they must have robbed them in one thing and they will not be able to come out. So that is just the way it is. So it's very, very unfortunate. Every day we continue to say the same thing, but we continue to talk, because if we don't talk, at some point, anybody that really, because they are really looking for a way that Nigeria, if we get to that stage that Nigerians will not be able to talk again, they will be fed up. So they will continue to be doing what they are doing. And mind you, there is no way everybody can be tired at the same time. That is just what I believe. Everybody cannot be fed up at the same time. As some people are, getting tired, some people are being strengthened. They will continue. They might not be many, the number might not be much, but you will still see some people, pockets of people talking. And one thing is that when people are not talking, if you say, okay, like what they are talking about is speech, then if you don't want people to say anything, then you will see it's action. If you don't want people to talk, then if they are bottling a lot of things within them, because they know that anytime they talk, it's going to be one offense or allegation or the other, they will start reacting. I think that they will not want it to get to that extent. So guys, I would like to hear from you what you think about the comments of Sagay concerning Sowore, saying that Nigerians should stop blaming the president for not obeying court order. Leave your comments below. Thank you very much. Bye.